free is a catchphrase used in hide and seek, signaling that the hiders can come out safely without being tagged. And it means all are set free.
What was...
Interesting.
Why did Stargirls... You need to rejoin the server.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh, no, that's just an all.
Oh, that's the all. Okay.
Ah,
Oh, you're right.
that's what there are too.
Hello.
So because we have issues streaming from the desktop sometimes, we've been streaming from their computer instead, and they forgot to join on their own to better enable that when we're actually fronting during that.
But now
Jeez.
everyone is here.
Okay. Hey, is everything started? 3 lives, yes. Okay. Who wants to catch us up on last session?
So we were in the, I forget what they called the place exactly, but in the town that was run by the King in Yellow. We met with the
Carcosa, by the way.
Carcosa, and we met with the masked priest guy. He took us into the dressing room of the theater so that we could dress in yellow and wear masks. And then asked us to find someone that stood out in Carcosa to be possibly an ally against the King in Yellow. And then we spent a lot of time questioning random people, and Maria drank the Kool-Aid literally, and is now mildly brainwashed.
Mildly brainwashed. Only slightly brainwashed.
We found the guy, and the last thing we were doing was heading for the lake.
Okay. All right. So the masked creature would inform you I shall require your assistance, for we, in order to seal the most heinous creature here, we must go to her sanctum, and only ones who have been blessed by one of the by a member of the library's pantheon may ultimately banish her.
The library's pantheon. Maria seems to contemplate this. Can I make like a religion check or something?
Yes.
Can the rest of us as well? Hello?
Yes, any of you can. Actually, you would get to make it. Chase would get to make it an advantage, or Cash.
Ooh,
I have a +9.
I
definitely don't know it.
That's better. That's slightly better, yeah.
My computer is having a moment.
Best of luck.
Any day you want to load Boundary. Boundary is having a moment for me.
Twitch is having a moment for me.
Well, oh, I love it. Just as I'm about to allow you to read off your rolls to me. Cash and Zale would know that that there is a rarely spoken religion centered around the telling and delivery of stories wherein each god or goddess presides over one aspect of either the creation of stories or the delivery. However, they cannot recall any of the actual deities therein.
Or at least I have a good hunch of a guess what one of them might be in in one of them. But yeah.
Zali will ponder it for a moment before expressing aloud. If we're going to be blessed at this library, it seems we have to be blessed by a certain god of storytelling, whether in the construction or execution of it. But I cannot say for certain which one we need to go for.
Actually, as it so happens, you have received such a blessing.
Oh? Pray tell.
I could not say from whom, but it is all over you. One is shocked that you have not noticed.
He
We've
quizzically
met so many.
raises an
go
eyebrow,
ahead.
but otherwise doesn't say anything. Sorry, continue.
We've met so many powerful deities, powerful entities in our travels. It's hard to say who we've been blessed by and who we haven't.
I can hazard a guess. That was out of character. Sorry, I just blurted it out. But Cash, just or the others talking, forms a little metal bird in his hand. It's got like different shades, different colors, metal on the tail. That looks like Lady Shaylin's bird.
Afraid not. She is not quite a goddess of stories, but rather of art in general. Though it is fine if you do not know your patron, it seems that she knows you well enough.
Well, who is it?
That I could not say.
Well, isn't that? Well, do we have enough blessing to get into where we want to get into?
Yes, though of course, anyone can enter. It's just a matter of if they can do the required work while inside.
I
Well,
guess we'll find
what
out.
would we do? What would we do once we're inside?
That I cannot say. I have not made it in deep enough.
Well, I'm always a fan of going as deep as possible, so
Oh,
God damn it.
really? At this current time?
Cash very pointedly does not do his badoomts.
Oh, that condemnation is intense. I don't know
Cash
how
and
you'll
Maria
survive.
are not friends right now.
Well, yeah, obviously the performing of the badumts is the measure of friendship.
But
If there is no
But
badumts, go ahead.
uh, but I guess we will figure it out as we go, as we do most things. Ooh, I put a lot of whiskey in that. Excuse me.
I feel like that was in character.
Maria looking down at the grape flavored drink.
She just pulls some whiskey out of Hammer Space. It adds more into it.
Eventually, you find yourselves arriving at a large and ominous library.
Another library.
Cue scene transition.
On the way, on the short walk there, as we're getting there, Cash does say, if it's not my first guess, then it's probably just the pumpkin one we met that one time. The one that loves
He's
the
more of
lanterns.
a trickster entity, really.
oh, wait. What about the person who handed us the book?
Maria
Or rather, handed
suddenly
Maria the book.
Maria suddenly has a realization and pulls the book out of her bag. Hmm. I wasn't sure what the purpose of this thing was, other than to confuse the hell out of us. But I guess getting a blessing from a deity of storytelling via a strange book makes sense. Perhaps we need to bring this book somewhere into the library.
With any luck.
What makes sense? Perhaps we have to find the specific spot that it's from, put it back. Maybe it opens a secret door or the like.
Anyway, you may now explore the library however you please.
Does the book make any more sense now that we're looking at it here?
No.
Alright, sick. Oh dear, why is Foundry frozen?
Okay, there we go. It's
I forgot to ask, does this book have a title?
Sorry, which book was
Oh,
it?
yeah.
You've gotten a few
Good
books.
question.
The
We
one
were
that
in the
got to
theater.
play.
And this character walked up to us and handed Maria a strange book that we are unable to read parts of it. Like the words are just jumbles of nonsense.
Like you have dyslexia.
The title is currently nonsense as well.
Oh, is that the guy?
Oh, actually, never mind.
from
Sorry, that book. History of the Wolf Kingdom Unabridged.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what it was about.
Yeah, okay.
Forgot about
We still can't read it, though.
Can I make a search check for other books on the Wolf Kingdom in here?
Yes.
I would like to aid on that. What the hell is wrong with Foundry? There we go.
I think I don't want to look.
Would it be
at this
perception or
post.
survival?
Why would it be survival?
I don't know. Finding your way.
Yeah, I would say it's survival.
E.
Okay,
Well, I don't find shit.
you literally you
Okay, I am using a hero point.
Neither
give
of
her
us.
minus. You critically
That's
failed
better.
to aid, so you give her minus
Did both of
2.
you? Did both of you accept these roles?
Oh, right, I
yes.
am aiding. Okay, never mind. I need to use up my hero point. Fuck, I did that incorrectly. Get rid of it.
But you didn't.
Reroll.
use any.
How did you get a 20?
There you go.
Okay.
She gets a
mind,
plus
mind,
2.
mind.
Oh my god.
We do it as a average,
Okay.
usually anyway.
So then, you do not find the first thing that stands out to you as you're looking isn't that there are any books on the Wolf Kingdom in particular, but rather that much of the symbology, the flags, the popular colors, even a few local sayings that Cash would recognize, appear all along the walls, as if you are still in the Wolf Kingdom.
Curious.
And curiouser.
Ash wants to go look at the pin board, the cork board over here, with all the faces and stuff on it. What does it say?
Ash would note that it seems to look a lot like the employee of the month
Oh,
board at their particular workplace, and also would note that sorry, would note that one of the papers pinned to it depicts the Lantern Queen.
The
that's the one we met.
lantern.
That's the one we met at
Yes.
the witch market. Yeah, okay. So it depicts. So one of them is a Lantern Queen, and the rest of them. Does it look like this is my board, or just a board with people on it that looks similar?
It looks very, very similar to your board, but it is very distinctly not.
Okay, just wanted to check. So, and it has names on it, correct? Can I see.
The names seem to be the names seem to be eroded as if much time has passed or this library has not been kept up well.
I see.
Mm,
What's this stuff on
Maria
the desk?
Maria walks up behind Cash. Does she also see the Lantern Queen there?
Yeah.
Fascinating. Maria places a lantern on the desk.
Feel this to me should be put behind the desk. That seems more odd.
So Cash, roll perception.
I shall. Here.
You notice that all around the board, there are similar markings to the caracal that you met in the witch market. The ones that were all over her body.
Can you say that again? The caracal? The what?
Yeah,
Caracal is a type of big cat creature.
I was thinking that that you would think the sort of cheetah thing.
have you ever seen the Floppa meme?
I don't. Probably not.
Never
'Cause I
mind.
don't recognize. Okay. Interesting. Is that the one spoken in a Russian accent?
Maybe?
Here, let me
I
let
put
me
a
get
gif
this
of
for you.
one.
There you go. Yeah, that's a caracal.
Oh yeah. I just didn't recognize. I've seen
They
it.
have ears.
They have big ear.
I just never heard the word said, so I was like, "What the what?" Okay.
It's okay. Americans in general don't say caracal enough. It's very distressing.
Americans don't say a lot of things enough.
Okay.
They have the
I
best
will-
ears.
I will note that when Mario steps up, and I then move to look at this thing on the desk. What is that? Like a guest book, a check-in book? What is this? Logbook.
You would see what they seem to be caretaker's notes.
Mm. Interesting. Interesting.
You read further.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were telling me, not asking me.
At first, the words seem heavily obscured. However, as you stare closer at it, they start to form paragraphs that you can understand. I will type them out in your secret chat.
Yay. What's the? Oh. with typewriters. That was weird.
I'm glad to see you're here this week. By the way, Chroma.
Yeah.
I'm
Good to hear your
glad to
voice.
be here.
Hmm.
Not that the Stargales don't do an excellent job of DMing. It's just good to see you.
Mhm. Is the Stargales here?
Yeah, they're just working on something.
Oh, okay. I just want because there's one lamp right here that's really low. On the level, that was like, is that intentional? There's also like a, is that a gem?
Yes.
It is intentional.
Okay.
There's supposed to be signs of wear and decay.
Like they're falling over.
I understand. Also, there's a gem in the ring on the floor right there.
Excuse me.
Think those may be part of the lamps because there's
presuming
another
as
one over
well.
by another fallen lamp.
Yeah, I'm presuming that that's what's supposed to be.
I guess someone should walk up and examine it. Also, where did everyone else go?
I will go look at the lamp.
Oh yeah, it has to be because the other one that's over here broken in half but still floating has the gem
I noticed
broken
this
in
weird
2 pieces.
floating lamp, and I walk up to it. Why is it floating? Looks like there's a lounge area. We could also go check that out. Oh, there's a broken lamp on the floor in the lounge area.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah, that was
something
the one I was
really
looking at.
important and obvious that we're supposed to be finding in here, and here we are looking at the fucking lamps.
There it is.
Sorry, what were you saying?
We were just talking about the lamps. So let me.
I said there's
we-
probably something really
we're-
important and obvious, and here I am looking at the fucking lamps.
Personally,
We are
I'm
quite
really-
literally. Oh, go ahead.
Personally, I'm glad for this conversation because I for one can definitely say I like lamb.
Lamp.
We are quite literally chewing the scenery.
Yes,
Nice.
lamps.
Anyway, Cash has all of the information.
Mm-hmm. 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 Is it possible to take this little booklet with me?
I would imagine that's something we'd have to try first.
That's what I mean. I try it. Does it work?
Okay. Well, the book does not seem to move no matter how hard you try to pry it from the desk.
Okay. I just leave it there.
Does
Can I
Cash mention this?
Well, Cash is kind of just in the zone investigating. So, but you're like right nearby, so you maybe notice it. As then you notice that Cash leans over the desk, trying to see if there's anything behind it, before he goes around it to check for stuff behind the desk, if possible. Is there anything behind the desk?
Um,
As I'm in
just
the desk.
extra journal. Just extra journals and pens.
Okay. He'd start
Oh.
looking through it. No, nothing in
Uh,
here.
They all seem to be blank, as if no one's
Same.
opened them yet. Today I
Same.
learned that's an ability in Pokemon.
Mhm.
I had no idea that some Pokemon have big pecs.
God damn.
I beg your pardon?
Pigeon breast. Japanese.
Hello, if you don't get it, look at the server chat.
Okay.
Hello, would you want big pecs?
Yeah, I love big pecs.
Are you able to lie about it?
Am I capable of lying about wanting big pecs?
Yes.
I'm a
So would you say that you want big pecs, but you can lie?
What?
I'm gonna
God
have an
damn.
aneurysm. You're going to kill
Damn.
me. I'm going to have a heart attack right here on stream.
God damn it. Motherfucker. God damn it.
I'm going to die.
Don't die, Paolo.
I
I
make no
want big
guarantees.
pecs and I'm gonna die.
And I'm gonna
God damn it.
It was nice knowing y'all. Explodes.
Fuck. Anyway, so Cash walks over to Marie. Well, yeah, Maria's the only one with spells on this right now, right? Yeah, forgot the
There's
Stargirl's
no-
character. No, they have Kava today. Okay, Reese is not with us anymore. No wait, Zale. He's gonna go ask Zale if he has the light spell on him.
Well, unfortunately, I do not have the light spell. What I do have, he pulls out what looks like he pulls out a big mechanical torch and activates it. It's not exactly a magical light, but it's a light source.
I was trying to not light anything on fire inside the library for fear of angering any spirits.
Oh, I
or
assure you,
life.
it's not fire, it's electricity.
Either way. I mean, may I borrow
I
for a
support
second?
He
your
legit
ability
pulls
to
out like
light
a
things
giant
on
like
electricity.
mag light flashlight.
May I borrow it for a moment? I want to make sure. I want to check to see if these journals are in fact blank or if there's something indifferent going on. As I like hover the stretch out one of the pages and put the mechanical torch under the page, but like far a little far from it to try and see if like anything shows up or the like.
Before you do that, he will hand it to you.
Yeah, I
and
assume
just
that he
say,
handed it to me. Once
please
I
don't
asked.
break it.
Oh, if I would not try to. I will be extremely careful. Does it do anything?
The book says property of, and you can make out an R, but everything after that seems completely illegible.
Hmm. I found several backup journals that also seem empty. Do you wish to come and look with me? If not, may I borrow your torch?
Yes, just be safe with it, please. But, first, if I may, he'll walk over to the book, and where the R begins and the rest of the strange text happens, he will place his knuckles onto the page and attempt to activate his reading glyphs to see if it's in any particular language or if it's encrypted.
Ooh.
It does not seem to be encrypted, but you cannot tell what language it is in. Just that you're capable of reading it.
Ooh.
Okay, he'll attempt to read the rest of it.
Wait, the original book or the other ones that Cash was looking at?
The thing that Cash showed, where it's property of R and then something.
Oh, that's completely blank besides that.
Okay.
Well,
then
would
if
you like
it's
to
the
come
book,
with me?
then if it's the book Cash is holding, then he'll attempt to translate that.
Yeah, Cash will bring it back to the other one. I presume you tell him that you can read the other one, or if you knew the language, you could read the other one. So you would bring it over to the one that he can't pick up.
Well, I don't know the language, but I can brute force it, shall I say? He says, forming a fist for a moment.
Yes, that is quite incredibly useful. There's this one over here that I've got some information out of it, but it is a book that's not able to be picked up. So perhaps you can get even more out of it.
Show me, he says, walking over to the table.
Yes. I bring him over to the one that I could not pick up. And I will give him, I'll tell him what I read in well, I'm gonna let him read it on his own and see if it matches what I read.
Okay. He will attempt to read it with his reading glyphs.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to fix this. Weird.
I wonder what that refers to.
There you go.
All right, 1 second.
These must be different.
Has Cash walked back over to the table with Zale?
Yeah, so presumably so, yeah.
Okay.
You stand like right there as you're reading it.
As he continues to read it, he eventually turns to Cash. Did you read anything in here about a barrier to keep the evil one away?
I read that it mentions the coming of a deceiver and the need to lock the library down. And unique safeguards it has to deter intruders from the special areas. Did you read did you get anything more than that? And
Yes, it was someone who was working with the Wolf Kingdom to try and erect a barrier that would keep the evil one away from both of their worlds, whatever that means. And he quoted, "Today I learned that my guardians have become critically endangered when I go out to speak to the people, asking them. Few of them even recognize the species' name anymore. It's as if the great evil is erasing them from history on its path towards me."
thing. Very interesting. That is. I'm glad I brought you over. You got much more out of this the strange book than I did with my bare eyes.
No need to humble yourself. I've made something of a living off of working with old texts.
You are quite useful.
You know, I hope to be a little more than just useful joining your crew, but it's a start.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean it that way. It's just that those are the kinds of compliments I know how to give.
Your deference is appreciated. He says, flicking almost a coy smile at you.
Alright. What's everyone else
So-
doing?
It looks like a room over here.
Yeah. I was just
Hey,
wondering about
this wall tastes like dirt.
that. This wall tastes.
Hey,
like
this
dirt.
wall has a door.
This wall has
How
a dude.
scandalous.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to move myself back to you. That's why you asked.
Just checking.
Is Seeker gonna fuck that door too?
Excuse me?
You weren't around for that. Are you saying that in
It wouldn't be the first
character?
door.
No.
Does Seeker have like a kind of master key in his pants or what?
Yeah, apparently.
It certainly ended up that way.
He's just really good with his hands.
You
He's
could
got that
say
sleight of hand.
I sure do got that sleight of hand. Seeker's gonna try to open the door.
With his hands first.
Yes, with the hands.
Door seems locked.
Oh god.
Gonna stick a stick.
Stitch is gonna try to pick the lock with lock picks
Oh.
that are made of metal and
Oh.
are not, in fact, other objects.
Okay, tell me how your picks finesse the lock.
Poke, poke.
I just want to know how your picks finesse the lock, that's all.
I get them up in there and then poke it. Sorry, getting out of me. You're not getting door sex talk out of me tonight.
Tonight,
tired.
got it. Tonight,
Yes,
got
Maria
it.
yes,
comes
come
up.
back another day.
Maria comes up behind Seeker. Oh yes, pick that lock.
Seeker breaks a lock pick.
That would really
You
hurt.
interrupt me.
Anyway, roll for it.
Oh yeah, so busy fucking with all this shit. I forgot to fucking roll for it.
What? I was just trying to roll a help, an aid action.
I feel like that would be an automatic
You're
crit fail
trying to
on it.
what now?
As you finish picking the lock, the door swoons open for you.
I swear to God. Seeker winks at the door and goes in.
Listen, you just have a way with doors, is all I'm saying.
I apparently do. I apparently do.
Fucking die. Face hurts. Oh god.
It's okay, you would be the first person I killed.
Gosh.
I mean, what?
Oh?
Exactly.
In
But we all
Minecraft.
understand. Yeah, in Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft.
In your craft. Anyway, the door
Our
opens.
craft.
Ow.
Door swoons open.
Yeah. Does the door do anything else other than swoon open?
It reveals a room.
Oh
Whoa.
my.
Oh,
Holy
shit.
shit. Who would have thought?
Yeah, there was a room behind the door the whole fucking time.
Oh my fucking god.
Look,
It would be hilarious.
Some things
every
are
time we
very
picked the
deeply
lock,
unexpected.
It's a public space. Put that away.
Yeah, it's
If
showing its room to us? Whoa.
It'd be funny if one time we picked a lock and there was just a brick wall behind the door.
God, don't
Spoilers.
give the TM ideas. Stop it.
Spoilers.
Anyway, what's in that room? I presume Seeker goes into it.
What's in that room?
You know, like the door. I think the door wants you to go in there. You know, go in there hard.
Oh my god. I entered the room like a normal person that isn't thinking about fucking a door. Anyway, what's in here?
I have never witnessed such a person, so you're gonna have to describe that one to me.
Never mind. I enter the room like a very naughty person who's thinking about fucking doors all of the time. What do I see?
Well, you see bookshelves, desks with typewriters, and hanging from one of the bookshelves seems to be a purple, yellow, and blue outfit that glows and seems to be just Seeker size.
Ooh.
I look across all the objects in this room like a very naughty person, disappointed that they aren't all doors that I can fuck.
Oh, baby, you're checking me out?
And then I go and look at the outfit. Time to find out what's going on with this outfit.
The outfit looks and feels very comfortable. It has a very pleasant texture to it.
It looks about it looks about my size, but I don't want to just steal it.
Roll perception.
Hold on. I don't see shit.
Yeah, fair. You don't.
Seeker's gonna look across the rest of the room just in case, I guess.
Wait, Seeker doesn't even try the outfit on, even though it's just his size.
It seems like something bad is gonna happen if I do that.
Wait, why would Seeker think that something's bad's gonna happen if he, does
A
the
few
Seeker
bad
thing
things
and
have been
steals
happening.
stuff?
Seeker's a little Seeker's doing that thing where he's like, no, I really shouldn't. But every time he moves across the room, his eyes move back to the outfit. Constantly. Just thinking, but it could only be for just a little bit. No, I mustn't. But I must. After 2 minutes, Seeker puts on the outfit. Seeker cracks easy.
The outfit seems to conform very, very well to Seeker and does not seem to come off. However, it's very, very comfortable.
Uh-oh. I shouldn't have put this on, should I? I might be in danger.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
What? No.
Never happened.
Do you
Never
check any
happened.
of the typewriters?
Sure. I just go from typewriter to typewriter, sniffing about.
So one of the typewriters seems to have a story about a Slugcat who found a mysterious outfit and then put it on, felt very sleepy, went to bed, and realized how incredibly restful their sleep was after wearing it. It seems to end there, and you kind of suspected that should have been more to that.
So that's just the end of what's on the typewriter.
That's the end of what's on the page, yeah.
Seeker's gonna look at the other typewriters and see what they say. Seeker's just moving from typewriter to typewriter.
The next typewriter talks about how a fox one day discovers a library room filled with all of the best potion ingredients, and how when they tried to loot all of the potion ingredients, they ended up being inspired to make a potion that causes you to see into another world, and then unfortunately it cuts off.
Hey, Maria, come look at this shit!
I can't walk in. There we go. Maria comes in. Oh,
A
I
whole
was
bunch
trying to
stuck in
give
the
you
door.
some alone time with your door.
Read the fucking Seeker picks up the entire typewriter and holds it up. Read the fucking typewriter and stop talking about doors.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to reveal your fetish to all of the rest of the party. Maria reads the typewriter.
Everyone but Zali was there. Oh, and Cavill wasn't there. So.
Apple will
It's
not
fine. Your
judge.
secret's safe with me, Seeker. Maria's reading as she's teasing him.
Is it?
Interesting. This story appears to. Oh, go ahead.
Maria sees, instead of the same story that the Seeker had seen, a story about a slugcat who broke into a library to loot all of the books, only to be weighed down and forced to read each and every one of them because they were so curious what were in the books.
So why were you so eager to show me a half-written story about a slugcat stealing books?
What? No, it says about a fox finding ingredients in a library and making a potion that lets you see into another world. What are you reading?
Maria reads it out loud. The slugcat steals the books, and then they can't get out because they're weighed down, and they end up reading them all.
No, it says the fox finds the ingredients in the library and makes a potion that lets you see into another world.
Clearly, this typewriter is showing us two different stories.
Well, you read this one then. This one talks about a slugcat.
Maria walks over to the other one and reads the story.
The story is about a fairy dragon who ends up playing a prank on a monarch, only to find the monarch dying from it, leaving them to rule their kingdom and eventually take over the world. For some reason, this seems like a fairly complete story, though.
This one's about a fairy dragon, not a slugcat.
What the hell is going on?
That is a good question. We are in a library in the realm of an elder god. Perhaps everything here is not what it seems.
Probably. Ugh.
Anyway, what do you do next?
Maria tries typing on the typewriter.
Also, I put on this outfit that was on the wall, and now it won't come off.
Which typewriter?
The one about the fairy dragon.
You quickly realize that it is at the end of the page, and as such, there's no room to type anything else.
Maria tries pulling the page out of the typewriter.
The typewriter is now empty.
Maria reaches into her bag, pulling out her journal,
You could
ripping out
just
a
do it
blank
on the back of that. Okay.
ripping out a blank page and feeding it into the typewriter, and then trying to type. Oh yes, but I am trying to test if it is the typewriter that is magical or the paper.
Fair enough.
So you do put paper in it?
I put paper in it and tried to type on it.
You find your fingers gliding across the typewriter, and by the time you finish the entirety of the page, you seem to have written a story about a wolf who won Employee of the Month because they saved the kingdom.
I mean,
These-
better.
Come over here and read this, Seeker, before I tell you what I wrote, and see if you read the same thing. Because I did not try to write this story.
Seeker reads it.
Do you see what I just described?
Fuck,
You-
I don't know why my brain stopped working.
Do you see the story about the wolf that won Employee of the Month by saving the kingdom?
Yep.
Interesting. At the very least, this typewriter seems to trigger an automatic writing response. Can I make like an occultism roll or something to?
Sure.
Oh boy. That's pretty good.
You are not sure this is just a possessed typewriter or if it imparts the or if it imparts the one who uses it with a ton of inspiration and drive to write. However, you do get the sensation that writing on typewriters is enjoyable and want to try this in the future.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Well, the typewriter is certainly some sort of magical, although I can't exactly tell what sort. This was quite enjoyable. Perhaps I'll write a memoir sometime.
That's a bit of an odd reaction.
Now, does Cash go along?
Huh?
That's the real question.
Oh,
I
Cash
will
called
be
into the
right
room?
back.
Okay.
Well, your friends seem to have been spending an awful long time in the room. And you're pretty sure they didn't go in there to have sex.
oh, Secret's kind of small. Maybe he just doesn't make that much noise. Maybe Maria's bored. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, in the room.
Okay. I guess eventually you'll go into the room. Since I presume there's nothing left here at the desk, then?
Correct.
Nothing. Okay. This desk has been pilfered of all interesting knowledge. I presume Zali also comes along, or does Zali do something different?
Considering that now basically the whole party has disappeared into that room, he's at least gonna like stand by the doorway and kind of peek in for a bit.
Yeah, I'll peek and see what they're doing. I saw the rooms earlier because I was just looking at the maps. I was like, oh, what's in there? Can he even fit in here? Is the question.
Too big.
Yes.
Oh, he does.
Ca-
He does fit.
Cash
in there.
notices the story of a wolf, a brave wolf who an employee of the month.
Just fly into my face.
No, they notice that's the one that Maria wrote.
Neat.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I presume. So I just see it there, and I just it beams into my mind that's what source. Okay. Neat.
Yeah, you just notice it across the room.
Oh wow.
There's something in your brain that just hones in on the concept of wolves who won employee of the month for their bravery and lovability.
I walk over and look at the papers. Like, oh. Interesting. Very interesting omen. I hold on to it if Maria doesn't like stop me from putting it in my pocket.
Feel free.
And then Cash would just like start looking in the bookshelves. Well, while the other two were like writing stuff or whatever.
Is Maria able to pick this typewriter up?
Yes.
Maria sticks the typewriter in her bag.
Doesn't even
She's
sit in
just
there.
fucking taking it. Oh my god.
We're just pilfering this library.
Zali will kind of like peek in and see Maria just taking a whole typewriter, and at this point he'll kind of interject and walk in. Excuse me, could you tell me what you're doing with that?
It's a magical typewriter. I want to examine it further later.
Magical how?
It gives you inspiration to write stories.
May I see it?
Maria hands it over to Zale, and then points to the other typewriters in the room. I believe they're all the same.
Well, he'll actually then go to one of the other typewriters that presumably nobody else has touched it yet and just poke it.
It seems to be made of metal.
Looking
But he feels nothing touching it aside from metal.
metal.
Pretty much.
He'll then walk back over to Maria and the typewriter she's holding and then just poke that one.
It also seems to be made of metal. It is almost entirely the same, except that it has a story about a wolf who won Employee of the Month in it.
Oh, that store's in my pocket now.
Oh. Then it's almost the same, except that it's empty.
I suppose we're all feeling different things in here, so. But I don't feel anything. I suppose you can keep it.
Maria stuffs the typewriter in her bag.
Looking at the other stories in the typewriters, does it seem like any of the typewriters like what genre the stories in the typewriter fit?
There seem to be all sorts of genres written in each of the typewriters.
I just wanted to see if any of the typewriters like if they gave you for specific kinds of stories or not.
Doesn't seem like it.
Mm.
Just Cash try to write.
Sure. If there's a piece of paper around, sure he'll try, because why not? Hearing that, oh, magical typewriters, might as well see what it gives me.
As Cash approaches and then writes upon the typewriter, they suddenly find themselves completely possessed to write a story about a group of adventurers who wandered into a library only to end up walking outside of that library with a bunch of cursed artifacts. However, it seems to cut off as there is only one sheet of paper.
Can I add more paper?
Yes.
Continue. On
the next piece of paper, you start writing about how when they finally make it out to the Wolf Kingdom, they end up in a gang war between 3 different factions and themselves, all of whom want to write stories about how to rob a bank, presumably because they want to be the first one to successfully do that.
Okay.
But then the story cuts off because there's no more paper.
Can I add more paper?
Yes.
I add more paper. I'm just gonna, every time it cuts off, I'm gonna keep adding more paper.
Okay.
Seeing all the strangeness going on.
I want to finish the story, damn it.
Well, Sally hasn't said anything yet, but he will say, I'll be out here if I need to look for some things. Just, when you're finished. He says before walking out of the room.
Say? What else do I write? How does it end?
Why don't you just
The Slugcat character seems to enter a beauty pageant and is judged as the most attractive creature in the entirety of the kingdom, with a lot of the judges commenting on their snazzy outfit, wanting to know where they are. Unfortunately, this leads a bunch of people to repeatedly harass the party on where they can buy the outfit and try to take the outfit off of the Slugcat in order to know how they can make more.
Okay. Is that it?
Horrifying. I don't like this.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's
that piece of paper.
Well, I told you I add more paper until the story ends. Until the story finishes.
Okay, it talks about a goat who is investigating strange artifacts and wants to understand how the typewriters work. They spend a lot of time researching the typewriter, enjoying every second of it because they get to learn more about the occult. They seem fairly content.
Mm-hmm.
Then it ends.
Ends as in that's the end of the whole story? Or
You
just
don't
the
feel
end of this
inspired to
paper?
write more.
Okay, I keep going.
Well, yeah, you don't feel inspired to
I
write
don't
more.
feel
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so it's end. Okay, so it's finished.
Yeah, yeah.
So I take this piece of paper. Notice what I wrote once I come back to lucidity. Like, Well, it seems to me that these typewriters are probably predicting our future. I'm pretty sure these typewriters are probably any artifacts that are in this library are more than likely cursed.
Whoops.
Cool.
I like pulled out my papers, my last story for people to read it. This story really went off the rails towards the end. Seeker, you should probably not bring that little outfit with you.
Yeah,
Can't take it
about
off.
that.
Seeker, have you ever heard that you shouldn't eat when you are in the fae, in the realm of the fae?
What does that got to do with trying on the sick drip?
That concept kind of applies to whenever you're out adventuring. You shouldn't just put on objects.
Wait, you can't just tell a Slugcat not to put on sick drip.
You shouldn't. Would you drink a potion that you just found on the ground in a dank dark cave just because
Yes.
it looked bright and colorful?
Say
But
yes.
this isn't a potion I found on the ground. This is sick drip.
So
I have
is your
actually
answer
done that
yes?
before.
Okay. What? You don't just randomly put on clothes that you find because it might be cursed, Seeker. And look what happened to you now.
Look, I tried not to, but it.
But it's so pretty.
Cash, you are an odd one for an adventurer. Almost overly cautious.
That's just normal caution. You don't just put on something. You could die.
Okay, so now we have the expert question. Who else enters the room?
Kava does. Even though I'm still doing a little bit of this, Kava does.
Okay, Kava apparently enters the room and begins typing on one of the typewriters.
Let me move my typing in there.
Cash is done with this conversation, sees that Kava just enters and randomly starts writing. Or just immediately starts writing. And Cash is gonna read along as Kava writes.
Kava writes a story about Kava writes a story about a group of adventurers who ends up freeing an imprisoned writing deity who then grants them one limited wish and ends up wishing that the entirety of the Wolf Kingdom becomes a rainforest and all their technology is converted to be in harmony with said rainforest. And how they are then celebrated by the new queen who takes over the realm, who seemed to want to make the entire world covered in plants. You don't know who that is, and it doesn't mention a name.
Cash is upset. He does not like this story. He does not let on that he does not like this story.
As Kava finishes writing it, they'll just be like, damn. I didn't know I could write such good stories.
Well, let's keep searching. I presume he didn't find anything in the bookshelves. That's
Correct.
nothing of interest. Okay. I guess it's that shit.
Anyway, we should go check out the rest of the library. Maria tries to leave the room.
I think he tries to follow.
Thankfully, as the door is ajar instead of a door, they're
sorry.
able to escape
This time.
this time.
This time.
Wait a minute. I thought this was a door.
It
Why
opens
is there
ajar.
a door here?
Why is there a figure in the jar? Best not to
Oh,
question
God.
anymore.
What's in the
Oh
jar?
God, no. Is this door also locked? Oh no, it's not. Hell yeah. Go into this room. What's in here?
A lot of wardrobes seeming to contain various clothing and sewing supplies.
I'm guessing this is
Oh, cool. More sick drip.
Is this probably where the costume people made their costumes? Where's the where are the other two bitches?
The other two bitches, damn.
Yeah, the other two, the fucking cultists that walked
Those
in with
fucking
us.
people.
Yeah, those motherfuckers over there. Where are they? What are they doing?
They seem to have vanished.
Those pieces of shit.
Don't be mean.
Oh, great. I'm stuck
Yeah,
in here
even if
with
it's
Cash.
true, don't be mean.
Maria
Well,
pokes her head out the
They're
door.
a bunch of bastards. That's what they are.
Oh my god.
Cash, you have the object permanence of a toddler.
Well, that was out of character, okay? God.
Cash says in character.
No, he doesn't.
Sad
but,
face.
but realistically, anything in this room of interest as I search it thoroughly, try and look to see if anything interesting. Anything under the rug? Always check
Under the
rugs.
rug,
Always check the
you
rugs.
see an entire wave of carpet and breadcrumbs. You suspect that someone has been being lazy with their sweeping and swept the breadcrumbs under the carpet.
Ugh, typical. I'll leave it. Anything actually in the boxes and stuff at all?
Sewing
room.
supplies. You see threads, needles, sewing themed staffing implements.
Okay. That alright. Nothing of interest in the room? besides that?
Correct.
Leave the room. I go towards the other one.
So no more sick drip.
Correct.
Only I get sick drip.
So this door also seems locked?
The door grows a face
shit.
that looks exactly like Cash's. It says, "Who seeks that which lies beyond?"
My name is...
My name is Jeff.
Cash
Sorry.
is my name. Cash is gonna be a little daring today and give away his name to this mysterious door.
What's that thing that you said about not eating food in the fairy realm?
Well, he's
You
being daring
literally
today.
just gave your name to this thing.
But I didn't, literally. That was... The giving word was used out of character. He asked who, he didn't ask for my name, okay? So he technically does not get my name.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
You
That's how these
must
laws work.
prove yourself from the chosen realm, or you shall not be permitted within.
Okay, how does one do that?
You must answer me questions that only those from her world would know.
Alright. I will try my best. What are your questions?
The door stares at you for a hot second before saying, "8 tentacles have I as I swim through the sea. Name the defense mechanisms used by me."
Nature check. Am I able
Yeah.
to hear this as well?
Yes.
Okay. I will
Uh,
attempt a nature check myself just to see what the fuck this person is talking about.
Could I roll esoteric lore on this one?
Yes.
Pause.
Any of you can roll for this one.
29.
I'll just say that you are all at the door.
Well,
8 tentacles with eyes. I swim
Yeah.
through the sea.
No, with 8 tentacles, I swim through the sea.
Oh.
Name the defense mechanisms used by me.
Because it... Octopus. This is out of character. I'm not answering. That's out of character. This is me talking. So, because the obvious answer would be an octopus squirting ink. But I want to recall just to make sure.
You need
That's
to
not...
roll nature
Yeah,
to know.
29.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I know anything. I know this in real life, but I don't think I know it in the game.
Cash recalls ink expulsion and jet propulsion, but does not seem to remember a third, despite feeling that there is one. Who else rolls?
Haven't rolled.
Is it gem repulsion? Okay.
I mean, Zale also rolled, but I'm assuming I'll basically get nothing from that.
I mean,
Where's your roll? It didn't show up on my thing.
he got a 19 with esoteric
19.
lore.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, sometimes I should mention sometimes your rolls just don't end up showing up on our end. So if we're not responding to a roll, it means we may not have seen it.
Okay.
So there's just a kitchen behind here. Interesting.
Shh, you're not supposed to know that.
And there's
Rude.
Cash has
Ow.
special eyes.
Yeah, I do, baby.
Okay, hang on. I will roll Kava's roll for them.
Oh, I rolled it. It's 16.
Oh. Damn, I am not seeing a lot of your rolls. Is there anyone else's I've missed?
I rolled a 17.
I also rolled a 16.
You know what? I will give Seeker a roll at advantage, so roll again.
Why does Seeker get a roll at advantage?
Because of how that game ends.
And you're special.
Okay. I will roll again. Wait, no, fuck. Reroll and keep the high result. Thanks, I suppose. Oh, well, fuck me, I guess.
Wait, why the fuck am I not seeing any of your rolls? All I'm seeing is like caches.
Don't worry, it changed nothing.
It got
Yeah.
worse.
Oh,
Well,
no.
not
It didn't-
really.
It got. Oh,
It
no,
did
it
not
did
get
get worse. Okay, got it.
Technically, it didn't change if you're
Yeah,
rolling at
technically it did
advantage, but
change, but it got
It
worse.
did not change. Nothing happened.
still
I
a
am
16.
to use a hero point here.
Alright.
Trey.
Hang on a moment.
Same roll.
Dale has a hero point still.
Alright, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna let you all do rerolls because I can't see a lot of shit. So just take the DM's mercy.
Well, we'll see if
Okay.
that changes.
We'll
So I will
see.
say
Come on,
Cash's
baby.
roll stays the same because
Okay.
they roll. So I did see that.
No probs. There, that's
Yes.
better. That's
Roll,
way better.
okay.
Look at that. Look at that shit.
Yeah, there's already 4. You might need to refresh.
Tell me.
Zale got 35. That is a tasty, tasty number.
Listen, it's the difference between rolling a 2 and an 18.
Sully would feel suddenly compelled to yell out camouflage as the third unspoken answer.
Who?
The door.
Uh,
Wait, it is pronounced Sully, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Or
Sorry.
Zale if you're feeling frisky. I don't know.
Sorry, this Stargales just said who, and I was confused if I got it wrong.
Oh, no, I just couldn't hear you correctly.
Oh, okay. So anyway, the door, instead of opening, transports you all inside the room,
spooky.
which is a kitchen.
No way.
I can't go inside. You have to move me yourself. Ah.
I'm reloading the game because it's not working.
It's okay. I can see the kitchen. There's a countertop. There's some
There's
utensils.
there's a kitchen door, I believe. That's a door. It has a knob on it. What's up with this kitchen door? What's in this bitch? Is it an outside door to the outside?
No, it's actually a food freezer, but I really don't want to model a shit ton of food.
Well,
It's
yeah,
a-
you just put boxes in there.
I mean, that's
Okay.
fair.
There's just a bunch of food in there. Okay. Nice.
See, this is how you be lazy in your design. You just put boxes instead of a bunch of food.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Anything under.
Hang on a second. I need to reload the game, which will take a few tries, it seems.
Okay.
Game is not liking me. So mean.
Which one? There's 2 sinks, and one of them is in a very inconvenient area. Why would you put a sink there? That doesn't make any sense.
Because you probably don't understand.
I'm getting a
what the feeling
sinking
is.
feeling about that sink.
A sinking feeling about that.
Hopefully we don't end up all wet.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
okay. 10 minutes all at the end.
The sink puns will continue until morale improves.
The sink puns will continue until morale improves.
Okay, well, it's gonna take a while.
Also, look, it might look
Rest of
inconvenient,
shit.
Okay.
but if you figure the average person has a torso that only takes up like a 1.5 by
What?
1 foot area, they can fit in there pretty well. Because it's scaled according to.
They can't hear you clearly.
I
What is it?
understood halfway what
I
you were
was
talking
more
about.
like, what has this got to do with what we're
Yeah.
talking
You realize you're
about?
looking away from. You're like talking away from the microphone
Oh.
the entire
I
time
couldn't
that you
hear
say
for a
these
moment.
things.
And then halfway through, I understood what you were talking about. And was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see what the fuck you're talking about.
I
I
heard
was saying,
nothing.
it feels like it would be like a very inconvenient way to walk in because like people here like stand over here and block the area, especially if like they're standing here and in the around the sinks, and then you have to like squeeze past them to get through. So that would be weird. It would make more sense for it to be a trash can there. Is what I'm saying.
Well, you're all in the kitchen, and that's what's important.
Okay, so
Like
behind-
I'd imagine that the elder entity that's also inside the kitchen would also be important, but you don't know about that yet, so don't worry about it.
Well, that's very rude. They should introduce themselves to us. Either way,
It's shy.
so when I look over here in the painting with all the food, is there anything like, if I move the food out of there, and I just look inside the like empty like fridge or whatever? Was it a pantry or was it a fridge?
That's a walk-in freezer, and there's a lot of frozen meat in there.
Okay, alright. I want to look like behind or around the meat to see if there's like any like hidden stuff in it, like doors or symbols.
There's more
or
meat.
Anything. Just more meat, just endless meat.
Yeah,
Okay.
lots of
No,
meat.
Tash, you're really examining that meat.
So anyways, Zale, roll a will save.
1 moment.
Cash leaves the meat room to escape Maria's puns.
And Zale dies of awe or shock. I don't know which one.
Zale sees on one of the counters a bowl filled with the most delicious looking fruit salad they've ever seen. It's a large bowl and looks like it would make them not hungry for quite a while.
I mean, I guess evident by the fact that he had to roll a will save to, I guess, resist eating it. He definitely feels some temptation, but
Yes.
I'm guessing by the fact you haven't described a visceral scene of me eating all of the fruit in one big bite. I'm gonna say he resisted those impulses and is staying away from it for now.
Well, it still looks really, really good. You just aren't forced to eat it.
I don't want to say he doesn't like the impulses, because obviously the impulse is like, oh, he likes it and wants to. He's resisting the impulse and is staying away from it for now. Even though he kind of keeps eyeballing it.
Incredible.
Is there anything in the ovens?
No.
Anything in the cabinets?
Maria is
Cooking
looking
utensils. You see
the
spatulas
pots.
and giant knives and devices that you can only guess at what they do. They seem weirdly twisted and bent in odd shapes.
Maria looks through the pots to see if there's any food in them.
Fucking eat them.
There doesn't seem to be any. They are perfectly clean.
Yeah, this kitchen looks rather oddly clean.
I do wonder what in the world is behind it. What in the world here is so important that it needed this magical protector.
Maria checks in the sinks. Do the faucets turn on? Dry.
Does the oven turn on? What the fuck is that?
No.
The fuck is that?
Does anybody else?
What the hell is that? Did Seeker turn into that? What is this?
It says it's Zale.
The fuck? I can't tell.
Wow.
It doesn't
What
Apparently they turned into that without even having to eat the fruit yet.
I forgot to
Oh.
come over to the kitchen.
Is this me after I eat the poisoned apple?
No.
Does Maria see the fruit salad?
Fruit salad.
No.
Yummy, yummy.
Sale is the only one who sees it.
Maria is going to go take a look at the pantry.
Yummy, 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 yummy fruit
Oh,
salad.
the game is
Salad.
paused. I cannot move my character any longer.
Don't you want to eat the yummy, 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 yummy fruit salad?
But did the oven turn on? Don't remember if you answered.
The oven didn't turn it
Okay.
on. I did
Okay.
answer.
Okay, I guess I got so distracted, but what the fuck? That Zale's thing just transformed for no reason, even though he didn't eat. He didn't even eat anything.
He's fucking petrified. I don't know what to say.
Why?
Yummy,
You didn't even eat it.
fruit salad.
My
Your
face
lips
with
did
fruit
not
salad.
touch that fruit. What the fuck?
Fruit salad.
Why are you petrified?
I don't know.
Do we notice that something happened to him? Does Zali look different because he didn't eat it?
No.
No,
I don't think
that's
this is
just
on
a
purpose.
glitch.
It's just something up with Forge right now. I'm
Okay,
trying to figure
alright.
out what it is and how to revert back, but I am lost.
Okay, all right. I was just that just boggled my mind.
Can I roll like a
Oh, you fixed it.
perception check to look through the pantry?
Sure.
Okay. Guys, don't click the quick match 3D token button. Worst mistake of my life.
Oh,
I don't know what that is or how you did that.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you now.
Good. Don't tell me.
My face when fruit salad.
my face went fruit salad.
Oh yeah, did you move the cameraman?
I don't know. Is the camera moved?
No, let me do that.
The audience missed it. No.
No one needs to see that.
But now they have
Everyone
no
needs to see it.
context.
Just don't do it, guys. When the snake offers you the apple or the fruit or whatever,
Just say no.
or however the story, when a snake offers you food, just say no.
But fruit salad, yummy, yummy.
And this is why
Maria would
this is
definitely eat
why
the fruit
God
salad if she
cursed
saw
us
it.
all. Because you were like, yummy, yummy.
Well, especially if a snake was offering it to you, you're really going to tell them no?
Fruit salad, yummy, yummy.
Snakes
This
are
is why
cool.
God
Okay, well, what if
did
I
not
want to eat
trust
the
us
snake
in the
instead?
garden.
This is my mom doesn't fucking love.
You need to
This
change your
mom
accent to
doesn't
Cajun.
talk to us anymore. Anyway, sorry. I presume Maria finds nothing with an 18. Damn, that's
Correct.
unfortunate.
Also, we'll be taking a 5 to 10 minute break. So hey, if you need to go to the bathroom or get some hot chocolate or cinnamon sticks, you should do that now.
Okay, bye.
I had to unclog my sink today. I found it very draining.
I could make some more Mountain Dew, but I'm good.
Okay, that was the last sink pun. Sorry.
Explodes.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I mean, the sink puns make sense. He just keeps twisting my knobs. Also, I finally downloaded GIMP. Photoshop is too expensive and I don't have money. I'd still like to dabble in the closest thing I have to artistic expressions, which is coloring books, but on computers.
Yay.
Their hot sauce is very hot. Well, let me know. I only got their beef to try. They had chicken fajitas too, so. That's why I keep trying all these fajita places. I'm like, I know some places got some tender beef fajitas that I'm gonna eat. No problem. My face went fruit salad.
My face went fruit salad.
I don't know what face you're making right now.
Fruit salad. Yum.
I've never even had fruit salad, so I honestly don't know what I should be expecting.
It tastes like a bunch of fruit combined.
Usually it's like
Whoa.
grapes, strawberries, melons, chopped up in a bowl.
Fruit salad can be anything you want. I do apples, bananas, and grapes.
Could it be hamburgers, cheese, and ice cream?
That is none of those things are fruit, and therefore it would not be a fruit salad.
Well, you said it could be anything I wanted.
Fruit.
That feels like one of those. There's a lady that I follow on Instagram that is the Midwestern mom, and she makes Midwest salads that are not salads.
Cheeseburger, jalapenos, and onion rings.
One of those was a fruit.
What about cheeseburgers
Wait.
in a salad?
Wait, are jalapenos a fruit?
Yeah.
Yes, they are the seed-bearing body of the pepper plant.
Okay. I learned something new today, I guess.
Peppers,
Huzzah!
tomatoes, cucumbers are all fruit.
Well, actually, I learned two things, but the first one is too embarrassing for me to recount.
No.
Let's just say it's a good thing this door in the kitchen has a knob, because that means Seeker can't,
Terrifying sentence.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe the door is going to try and unlock you.
I don't want the door to unlock me.
Did you just assume that the door's gender based on whether it had a knob or not?
Yes.
How dare!
I'm just, what's the word? I'm true scum like that. If you have a knob, you're a... Never mind. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
I'm scared.
I should at least be happy that tonight's session's been going much better than last one for me.
Yay.
In a better mood?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'd say that.
I'm glad you're enjoying it more.
Well, as usual, I am glad to have you here, Big. I am glad that you are enjoying session.
Appreciate it. I also have basically 2 papers due this weekend, and it's put an immense amount of stress on me, but
Oh, that sucks.
Mood.
it do.
Mm.
I'll make it work.
Yeah, I got a
you.
paper I gotta write this weekend.
Best of luck, you guys.
Yeah,
You got
good
this.
luck with that.
I believe in both of you.
You know,
Mhm.
I would enjoy writing these papers a lot more if doing so was a TF trigger into someone smart, which would naturally be my D&D character.
Mm.
What if I just got done with the paper and it's like, wow, I'm a big goat person now and I'm really smart. Isn't that cool?
Did you say TF instead of transform?
Yes.
In real life?
Yeah, TF.
Yeah, TF. That's what it means.
That's how it's commonly referred.
It's like saying LOL out loud instead of on the internet.
That's how it's
What-
commonly
what-
referred.
What am I supposed to say instead? Tuff?
Transform.
Welcome to Furry Spaces, where we refer to our fetishes by their initials.
I just meant like
Whoa.
saying it in real life is weird.
This isn't real life.
If that's
This is
what
Discord.
you think is weird, what are you doing here?
Like, also,
I
this
just
isn't
mean
real
that
life.
it's-
This is
I was gonna say,
Discord.
it's weird to
fantasy.
say it in the shortened form. It's like saying LOL.
It's
Like
not.
like out loud. Or like Lamau. But
It's reasonable for someone to say LOL.
but not in real life.
I
Not
don't know.
out
I've heard
loud.
people say LOL real life.
This is Discord. It's
But
not
you're
real
still
life.
speaking out loud. It's weird.
What is happening?
I'm
I
judging
don't
you as
know.
what's happening.
I'm judging
Thanks, I
you.
guess.
I'm joking. Anyway.
How dare you come into
I mean,
here?
I don't say it in public. I mean, assumingly to, people not in my friend circle who don't know my dirty little secrets.
Dirty little secret.
It's like
Eh.
mom comes in, she's wondering what I'm doing. It's like, what are you looking at on your phone? And I say, not for affinity. Leave me alone.
In reality, he was looking at E621.
Nah, it was Blue Sky.
Honestly, Blue Sky is probably even as degenerate as for affinity or E621.
I can speak to that. Yeah, absolutely.
Anything that's similar to Twitter is because it's just
Hello.
that's all it's filled
Hi.
with.
It's
Hello.
been a very interesting conversation.
I mean, it's similar to
Nothing
Twitter
of
in all the ways that it isn't, because it's I don't know.
Oh
don't know where I'm
God,
going with
I
this.
just realized
Oh,
I
like-
absolutely forgot to fix the Stargill's server name. Let me do that.
Uh-oh.
It's like when all the people who did porn left Tumblr for Twitter, and Tumblr allegedly became a much better place. Like, I feel like half of all the porn people
No, Tumblr
left.
became a much worse place when they banned adult content.
And I
Yeah.
feel like half of the porn people went to Blue Sky, and it's still gonna be a terrible place.
I will never be active on Blue Sky. That place is super fucking culty.
I will never be active on either of those websites because they are both cringe, bad, and I just can't be
True.
attracted to microblogging. I don't care about microblogging.
I love Tumblr.
Tumblr's okay.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Anyway,
So, is there anything interesting in this kitchen?
No, but you suddenly hear a lot of mechanical grinding noises in the library, and you are at the same time teleported out.
Oh.
They seem to be coming from a different part of the library, notably.
We're probably now in a different dimension now. In a second different dimension inside of this second dimension.
A differenter dimension, if you will.
can I roll like a survival check to see if I can
It's new dimensions all the way down.
track the source of the sound?
Yeah,
Go for it.
Let's track the sounds. Is it still survival or is perception?
I'm tracking a survival.
I presume.
Mhm.
Alright. I mean, I guess I'll try. Why not? For funsies, for shits and giggles. Painty says.
you know, I will also just roll when I feel like it.
Sure, fuck it. Let's go.
Painty says.
Oh shit.
Damn.
The library is just the paper jungle. Anyways.
It's like a lot of trees, but it isn't.
Most of you hear it from all around you. However, Kappa seems to hear it coming from across the library.
Couple will go across the library.
Well, let's
to track the
go.
sound.
Secret follows.
Go.
We
We be
That was-
zooming.
That was a fun ride. Eh,
No, I mean on the exact opposite side of the library.
Well,
Oh,
like
this,
in the
this
corner,
is the
right
opposite
lounge?
from where we were.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you mean over here? We.
Okay, then Kava went
As
over
all of
like
us slowly float over.
These sounds coming from. Curious. Quite curious.
Suddenly, you see a raven. Ignore the name. Appear on one of the chairs. Just an ordinary raven.
But it has a mask on.
That
What do you
definitely
mean?
looks like an ordinary raven.
It's a very
Perfectly
ordinary
normal
raven.
raven.
Can I make a check of some kind to identify this raven?
Nature.
I say hello to the raven, as I'm also going to try to roll nature. Damn.
Quote the raven, nevermore.
Hello there. Does a 23 succeed?
Yes. You know this to be a unique species of extra dimensional raven known as the always less raven.
Always
Oh
less
my
raven.
god.
Yes, the always less raven.
That's so
Always-
Raven.
Explodes.
Is it supposed to be a joke about that's the Raven show that I just didn't get?
No.
Okay.
I didn't get the joke either, so that makes two of us.
Take both words in that. And what are the opposite of those words?
What? That's
Never
that's
great
less
Raven?
No.
That's
What
less
is the opposite of less?
That's so Raven.
No, what is the opposite of the two words that comprise always less?
Always less.
It's Nevermore.
I see. Thank you.
I'm too dyslexic to get word puns like that.
I just was not thinking. I saw Big. I heard Big make a joke about that's so Raven, and I was like, okay, and that's where my mind was just stuck forever. I say hello to it. Does it respond? Do I know if these things can talk?
The raven caws at you.
Are you here for any particular reason? Do you want us to follow you anywhere? What are you here for? If I may ask. Hoping
The
that
raven
moves-
says, "This is a comfortable perch."
I see. How did you get in here, if I may ask?
I teleported.
Oh. From where?
Another dimension.
Why did you decide to come here?
Is it
The perch is comfortable.
Kava will ask, is it the Raven dimension? Or is it something more interesting?
No, it's the dream dimension.
Oh.
Oh, that's way more interesting.
Is it possible for us to go to the dream dimension with you? Or the like?
Yes.
Oh. May we?
No.
Oh.
Zale will kind of extend his hand towards the Raven, kind of like offering to scritch its chin.
Roll diplomacy.
Okay. Surely I can do this. And if not, I still have a hero point. I'll take it.
It allows you to pet it.
Oh, by the way, Big Tash would have given you back the torch eventually.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you have it back. Yeah.
Oh, I just realized the problem. Anyways,
How did you teleport?
Kava will,
Oh, sorry, you were talking first. You go ahead.
Kava will then ask, so what can you tell us about the dream dimension?
My kind were created to advise and serve under the Lady of Dreams.
Interesting.
And sometimes we visit libraries.
Well, a library is certainly a place full of dreams after all.
Why
No
are
idea
all
what
of
else.
you here?
Oh well, I got transported to some bad dimension, and then this library is in this bad dimension, and now we're here.
We were sent here to perform a unspecified task within the library to... Can someone remind me of what the purpose of this was? For some reason, I'm drawing a blank.
Well, this is somehow supposed to help us with the whole caging this yellow king guy.
The king in yellow. Yeah.
Yes.
The yellow fella.
I don't know how we were supposed to. This is how going to help. I'm still very skeptical of that. Do not believe we were actually given much idea of what to do in here besides just do something, look around.
Kind Raven, we're seeking to depose of the king in yellow. They have taken over the land and the minds of many. We seek blessings from the gods in order to stand up to him.
The only one who can stand up to the king in yellow is the master of this library, and she is presently powerless.
For what reason?
And
As the king's influence has grown stronger and gained a greater threshold over her followers, she has been greatly weakened. The king seeks to usurp her throne.
Can you tell us how to help her? And also what her name is?
Her name has been stricken from this world. That which is stricken from the records of this world ceases to be, thus cannot be said in a world such as this.
Okay. Alright.
You must find the innermost chamber of the library in order to find her heart. At the heart of the library, you shall have the ability to re-erect the ceiling diagram for the Yellow King.
I'm guessing it's this one.
Well, could you show us to the heart?
That I cannot, for without knowledge of her world, without being from her world, you cannot speak the truths of here. This was one of the mechanisms in order to keep the king sealed, because their followers, always hailing from a different land, will only ever be able to speak of his land when answering the questions posed by the gatekeepers here.
Alright.
Well, are any of us from her land?
Yes, her land is the world that you hail from. Most of you.
Oh, how convenient.
Well, then I suppose we'll just need to find the gatekeeper.
Correct. Though
point
you
us-
shall need to know her favorite race.
Her favorite what?
Her favorite
What-
race.
It wouldn't happen to be the wolves, would it?
Her favorite race is almost entirely stricken from the record of the world. If it is so easily remembered, then perhaps your answer is incorrect.
It was just a guess based on the references in this place.
Her
Well, then
favorite race exists across many different worlds. However, yours is one where they are almost entirely gone, where but a few keepers even have a single one left.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it's only nearly stricken but not fully stricken, then information about this race may exist here in the library, at least in the part that we're in right now.
It shall exist in the deepest parts, the ones most resistant to the corruption.
May I
You would
roll
as
a
well be wise to know that only a quarter of what you find here holds true to your world. The rest is lies to deceive and charm the heart.
Interesting.
Is there a knowledge check I can roll to get an idea of what the race is that they're speaking of?
Religion and nature, you have to succeed on both.
Alright,
Oh shit, let's
I
go.
might as well try as well. Ooh, ooh.
Um,
Ouch.
occultism. Sorry, not occultism. Esoteric? Question mark.
Ooh, come on, baby.
Yes.
Oh, good on religion. Okay. Religion is good. Let's re-roll.
Sorry,
that
to be
with-
clear, you have to succeed the first one to get to be able to roll the second one.
Oh,
So
Well-
first, see if you can roll 20 religion.
Okay.
So I rolled a nat 20 on religion, and then a 27 on nature.
Okay, 21 on religion.
All right, I will let the rest of you roll. Cash, I will tell you what you recall.
I got a 22 on religion and a nat 1 on my nature check.
I don't know shit.
18 on nature, no.
23 on esoteric.
Okay. Cash is the only one who remembers something concrete.
Oh,
Aw.
yes! Let's go!
Well, good job.
Why in the world is my computer telling me there's a high GPU thingy? I'm not doing anything on here.
It will literally just do that from having Forge open on a 3D map. It's dumb.
Gotcha.
My computer is currently running at 69 degrees. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, mine went at 69 for a second, but now it's back to like
Nice.
63, and it's it's going all over the place.
I don't know how you check your temperature or whatever, but
So
I'm at 50 something.
okay.
Memory
I was gonna
usage.
say because my computer has like a special software which allows me to monitor like a lot of different things like CPU temperature and GPU temperature. I don't know if Task Manager can give you temperature readings.
No.
Okay.
You need
No.
a HW monitor.
I see.
I have a hardware readout inside the computer.
I have a MSI Dragon Center that came with my MSI computer, so
Oh boy, I can't wait to read this.
I can't wait to read.
Can't wait to read. I really should fix my. I really need to retrain so I can get acrobatics.
There you go.
Put it back into trained and not in.
I really should try and read again, but I just don't.
Mhm.
All right, it's in your secret chat.
But if you want to, I can't remember much about. Okay. I'm just gonna read this out for everyone. You remember the creature from the witch market saying something about a library, and that she was a caracal. That guy you showed me.
Erical.
Yeah. You notice that, strangely enough, despite seeing a few on your journey, you can't remember much about them. Cash wonders briefly if these might be the creatures spoken of. Cash connects that in his head with the fact that one of them, that there was, that the poster over here looked like it had a bunch of caracal sort of stuff around it.
A
And
bunch
so,
of the markings that were on the
Yeah.
caracal seem to be on the poster.
yes, that Cash will sort of say that in his own words to everyone else. That mayhaps those are the ones you speak of.
The parties, every member of the party would think that Cash is just speaking nonsense when hearing this.
As in
Like
the
that's all they
words.
can hear from
As
Well,
in
they
the
hear all
words.
of the words, but
Okay.
they think that Cash has lost their mind.
Okay, as in the concept is crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well,
but
this isn't
Copper likes to
new.
entertain
They thought it was
insanity.
crazy last time, and so Cash is gonna go with it. Sorry, you were talking.
Oh, I was saying, wait, but Copper likes to entertain insanity. Um, because it was kind of broken up, let me make sure I understand. Were you mostly referencing the caracal bit?
Yes.
The rest of the party is pretty sure that's not an existing species.
Okay, well, Copper. Okay. I don't know what a caracal is, but if it's a species, I don't want to meet it.
Alright. That is my guess, and I feel like since it's the only one, might as well try it out. Any other wisdoms you have for us? Good Raven?
Sticks are valuable tools that can bring down entire empires if you know where to throw them and how to use them. The Raven nods sagely at this.
Is there anything more we should know about in our journey to help this goddess? Many more tips and tricks, I could call it.
At present, the library is filled with lies. Your senses will only sometimes relay correct information. You must find a way to work around that.
So we're looking for things that don't make sense because lies are usually comforting.
Do you have anything for us so that we could get around all these lies?
No, you must use your minds to work that out.
Alright.
Kava will elect to look around the library for things that make them uncomfortable.
Do you have a name, Good Raven?
Well, my master just calls me Raven.
Ah, I see.
Who is your master?
The Lady of Dreams.
Does she have a name beyond just being called the Lady of Dreams?
Yes.
What is it?
Well, I call her Dream.
All right. Anyone else have any more questions that seem pertinent to our mission?
As an academic, I must say I'm a bit worried that I'd be so drawn in by lies and made so uncomfortable by the truth.
Actually, just before Kava runs off, they then say, "Oh, well, if you're met with the Lady of Dreams, what does it take to get her blessings?"
You must become a dream weaver.
How does one do
Ooh.
that? And what does that entail?
It is a special school of magic that allows it is a special school of magic that allows those versed in it to connect dreams.
Ah, see.
And to forge creatures in the dreaming. But you must know an neuromancer in order to learn it.
And where would one find a neuromancer?
Often in
Sure.
dreams.
Character, what's
But
a
only some
neuromancer?
dreams. Some people lie about being a neuromancer. Some people tell the truth about being a neuromancer, but then lie about a neuromancy. It's a tricky ordeal.
Out of character, what's a neuromancer? And also,
Dream
Oh.
sorcerer.
okay.
Kava seems to think, okay, so first step, get to a point where I can regularly lucid dream, so that way I can think to ask those questions. Well, it's a
Good.
good thing I dream twice a day.
Good Raven. Did you see where two others that came with us went? Have you seen two others? They had different masks from ours.
I have only seen you as I only came here just recently.
I see.
Anyways, Kava is going to go search around the library, and Kava's objective is to first look for things that make them uncomfortable.
Cash will also go out and seek into the library because he doesn't have any more good questions for the Raven. He says goodbye to the Raven very politely.
The raven caws, raises its wings, and shouts always less, appearing or disappearing in a massive burst of feathers.
Nice. Such a silly little guy. Alright. Time to search. It is search time. Presumably perception. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was almost a 20. I am
Yeah,
actually
maybe-
going to use a hero point on that.
Oh, damn, I fucked mine.
I
I
will.
got a straight 10.
I will also have Zali look around.
That's better. 29.
Right. Eventually, you come across a part of the library near the center where two lights meet that seems to be covered in spikes.
Ooh.
Each of you inevitably end up wandering there, though some take longer than others.
Spooky.
So, like, right around here?
Yeah.
Okay. Why am I in the porch?
Yeah, where the fuck are all of you?
We're still over
Where the Raven
by.
was.
where the raven was.
Oh, there
Yeah,
we
I
go.
didn't see where they went. Can you move us?
Sure.
To the center.
It has become 11, so I am going
Whee!
to have to go.
Oh, look, I'm
Okay.
on the camera.
Because I have to wake up at 6 a.m.
Should
tomorrow.
probably like. Do
Oh,
I
Bye-bye,
lock
EP
the
Kitty.
camera?
good night.
Bye-bye. I have my thing set as seeker. Don't you start.
Wait, but you are an EP Kitty.
An EP Sluggy Kitty.
Yes, thank you very much.
Exactly, EP Kitty.
A
EB Scuggy.
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 Good night. This Scuggy gotta go to bed. See ya.
Night night.
Sleepies. Night nights.
Listen, I was just trying to grab on follow because my goal is to turn everyone into either aquatic creatures or foxes. Anyways,
Suddenly, all of the spear tips seeming to litter the ground form into a draconic creature.
Oh shit.
She seems to be holding a spear. It's a very pretty, glowy red spear that seems as if it's coated in glowing blood. It even
Oh,
drips if you look at it long enough.
Hello there. I'm presuming you are the guardian.
how about I would just say hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'm not darkness, nor a guardian. I am a dancer.
A dancer with a
Oh.
dripping phallic object. How?
Sigh. Eye roll. Cash asks. Well, why do you have a bleeding spear, might I ask?
It's not a bleeding spear, it drips with the blood of those it's slain.
Sorry, can you repeat that last word?
Slain.
Okay.
How about I would say, well, if you're a dancer, what kind of dance would you like to do?
The dance of war, the dance of protection, and the dance of blood.
Well. So they said they weren't a guardian?
Yes,
Alright.
of the library.
Well, since we all walked here and then you randomly apparated here, well, why have you shown up to us today? It was quite a interesting place for you to be.
Well, I came here to see more about dancing. So if you can demonstrate that you can dance, then I shall perhaps guide you upon your journey.
All right, performance tools time. Let's go.
She offers the spear, but you shall have to wield this.
Kava seems to think on this for a moment and says, admittedly, I'm not very good at dancing normally. I'm only good at dancing between trees.
I can dance, but it's not my main hobby. I can try. Do all of us have to show you that we can dance, or just one of us?
One of you shall be sufficient.
Very well.
Good, because I have no idea how to dance.
Do we only have one try, or can all of us try?
Each of you may try once.
Very well.
Very well. I shall go first. Maria reaches out for the spear. Do they hand it to me?
Yes.
21.
You
Untrained.
must also do your You must also roll your attack roll with the spear.
The spear is a simple weapon, right?
Um,
Yes.
I'd have to confirm that.
Here, I'll just add a spear to my weapons real quick.
Details.
Yes,
It
they
is.
are in the simple category.
Yes, they are.
Okay, well, then I'm trained with it, at least. Draw a spear. And then roll a strike. Ah!
At that, she shakes her head no. Who else shall try?
Well, I might as well get it over with.
As Maria lets go of the spear, she would notice that her hands and gloves are stained red as if with blood.
This is going to be fun to wash out.
So, both the performance check and an attack roll?
Yes.
Alright, baby, let's try this. Whew! Oh, no. I'm presuming that, do I even need to roll the attack roll? Like, it's not even good.
You should.
Okay, alright. Oh my god. I don't have any hero points left. Yeah, that was not good. As he
Zala
just
is next.
stops mid, like, try. I only know how to dance in ballrooms, my apologies. Who's next?
Also, Cash suffers from the same effect.
What was the effect? Oh, the thing on the blood. My hands.
Your hands are covered in
Yeah.
blood.
As well as any gloves you're wearing.
I don't have any gloves. Okay, good. I don't have gloves. Hell yeah.
Sheep person, shall you dance for me?
Zale kind of. Are they looking at Zale when they say this?
Yes.
He'll definitely raise an eyebrow quizzically at that. And he'll say, well, I suppose I can't do any worse. And, give me 1 second.
I rolled a fucking 2. Oh my god.
I wish I could change my tome skills now, but it has to be during daily preparations, so I will just have to deal with the +4 I get.
Hey. It's at least
Alright.
above the 20.
And then /R 1d20 plus 11. Because that is my attack modifier for simple weapons.
That's
So that is a
that's decent-ish. That's
so that
above
is a
20.
21 and 26 respectively for performance and attack.
He seems to nod at Zale. You are impressive. I shall remember you.
Well, don't expect me to do that again. I'd call it a stroke of luck. Though, I should admit it was exhilarating.
Asking this somewhat out of character, should Kaba go?
Sure.
For funsies.
Yeah, for
So
fun.
are Zale's hands still clean?
No. Whoops.
Oh.
I meant to move Seekers. Here.
Okay. Well, Kava will, even with all of that, offer to take the spear and go for a shot.
Zale will hand it over before just kind of holding his hands out in front of him, trying not to touch his clothes with them.
All right. And then spear attack.
Are you the ranged?
Oh,
Oh, it's your bonus without it being ranged. Is it at least with 20?
it'd be -3, so 15.
Oh. I like how Zali is levitating above the floor. That's funny.
I didn't mean to.
Sometimes you gotta.
Such a naughty boy. Such a naughty goat man.
Don't
You're not supposed to
don't say
levitate above
that.
the floor.
Okay, what if I just have it at 4 units? Does that fix it? I don't think it did.
Let me see. You lowered yourself a little tiny bit. It happened to
Fuck, what
me once
elevation?
as well.
What elevation
I don't know how to
is
fix it.
everybody else at?
I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
doesn't.
probably doesn't.
I was just joking with you about how like you're above.
Papa fails. And then finally Seeker.
Might as well for funsies see what Seeker gets. He's got the highest performance, so let's see. I presume
Are
you're
you getting the
rolling
roll
for
party?
him, right? Oh,
Those scavengers won't mess with me. He says with the spear in his
Easy.
hands.
oh, he gets a 20 for the performance.
For the
Oh.
attack.
Oh, for the attack.
Their
oh.
For the attack.
performance roll is...
Hidden
God damn it.
is
Unknowable.
a even Stevens.
She looks at Seeker, who also seems to succeed, and nods reverently before taking back her spear. Very well. 2 of you have shown that you can dance satisfactorily. So I shall give you passage to the heart.
Just 2.
Wait, was it just 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so.
So
Sully
go.
walks forward to the light, impales it with her spear, which lights on fire, and then starts performing one of the most intricate dances that you've ever seen. It points the spear, spins at such a speed that you cannot even notice it. It seems to almost teleport between one hand to another or one place and another. Her moves are like water.
Okay, so she's doing it. Because you said Zali, and I was like, what?
Oh, Gila, sorry. Gila.
Gala.
Gala. I like Gila better.
You never even told us her name.
Gala's a goddamn party. Anyway,
Blame the Irish.
suddenly, you see flames erupt in a circle, and they form a door which opens. Do you enter?
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
It's the only other place to go, so might as well.
Zale will enter after giving a bow to
Hmm.
Gala.
Yes.
Okay.
Cash will say
Thank you kindly.
you. Yeah, Cash will also say thank you as he walks in.
Well, there we go.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. The roof. Yeah, we're in the other room. Ooh,
You know,
boy.
you ever feel like when you're using Dimension Door that some large otherworldly entity is just dragging you across a two-dimensional plane?
All right. Since this is a bit of a
I've never done
relevant
that.
puzzle, I will postpone the end of the game till Paolo can participate. So
Makes
I
sense.
will see you all next week.
Okay.
Woo.
Good job, everybody. We did it.
We
We
did
made it to the
it.
puzzle.
We did it. Yeah.
All right. See you all. Love you. Stay wonderful, and hasta la vista.
Hasta la
Adios.
vista.
Hasta la vista.